Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit. It's week 3 of the NFL, and center stage belongs to Matthew Stafford. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Rams and the Niners, and it's coming up next.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Welcome, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward calling this contest for you. And right now, we're putting the secondaries on notice because we have a couple of wide receiver rooms, not just dudes, rooms that can test every level of a defense.
Yeah, it's more than just the headliner, right? We know the top options, but for these offenses, it's the depth at the wide receiver room that's such a big deal. If you overcommit to the biggest playmaker, a couple other players, well, they could hit you down the field.
Punter Mitch Wishnowski ready to do the honors. And here we go from L.A. Starting from the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the 16-year pro, rebounded from an injury last season, Matthew Stafford.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That's the way. That's exactly the way you show a crowd you've got no issues playing on the road. One snap in, you're celebrating a sack. While the tens of thousands in the building, well, they watch their guy pick himself up off the turf.
And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. He's going deep this time. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Jukes out a one-stop. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So here come the 49ers now to take over for the first time. And bringing them out, you cannot call him irrelevant ever again. Took his team to the Super Bowl last year. It's Brock Purdy.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game you had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Throwing now on first down, Stafford. Pass complete, Tutu Atwell. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there, and it brings up an LA first down. Stafford from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Cup on the catch. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Williams now on 1st and 10. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Stafford. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Back to throw. Here's Stafford. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down. Up the gut they go with Williams. And they bring him to a stop with this run. Gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Another run for Williams. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 2 yards on the pickup. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Putting a receiver in motion. Stafford now on 1st down. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Cut near the goal line. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Now Stafford again. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked...
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Rams get it down to a single point. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams tie this game 7-7. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. San Francisco headed out for its 2nd possession of the game. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They kick the running back in motion. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a 49er first down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. First down throw by Purdy. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Pretty throwing here on first. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers break the tie here in the first. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. That's taken in by Cup. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by Fred Warner. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. To throw, Stafford. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The 49ers and Brandon Ayuk running onto the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Mitchell up the middle. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Play action now with Purdy. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Motioning the tight end now. Mitchell gets it from the gun. Escapes a defender. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That was Darius Williams on the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Running back sent in motion. On 3rd down, Purdy. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Rams set to go on offense once more. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for him that could have postseason implications down the line. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the 49ers will go on offense. Mitchell on the give, headed left. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Purdy on 1st down. Throw right side is caught by Samuel. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tre'Davious White there on the stop. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the 34. Kittle brings it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Pearsall on the slant. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing, and at least...
He has the San Francisco touchdown. And we haven't even reached the end of one, and already that's the 3rd time that he's thrown them into the end zone. It's hard to think of a better start he could be having than this. On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, a carry by Williams. He gets it ahead and winds up with about 3. Nick Bosa makes the stop.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Quick slant taken in by Nakua. That's good for 7 yards. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Picked up by the Rams. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that 1st tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that 1st tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that 2nd hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. And the 49ers get there and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on fourth down. This will be a 44-yard look. Sly's kick is up and good. And that'll get him back to 11.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The 49ers headed out. Elijah Mitchell headed out with them. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Purdy looking to throw. Getting out to his left. He's running with it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Here's Mitchell again. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's a 49er first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on first. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. We'll get a timeout now for an injury. This looks like George Kittle, who's in some discomfort as the medical team comes out to work on it. The Rams showing a nickel look. 3rd down coming up. From the gun is Purdy. That's caught for the first. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They kick the running back in motion. Touchdown, San Francisco! And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers push their lead to 18. Here's Wisnowski now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
They go with Williams on the counter. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Fred Warner. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Stafford from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
The Rams are set to punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. First down throw by Purdy. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tre'Davious White there on the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Running back sent in motion. From the 20 on 2nd down. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. And he's brought down after a short gain. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Mitch Wisnowski on the punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. His work begins at the 31. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Rams will take possession. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Stafford now. Finds him over the middle. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought down by Fred Warner. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Straight ahead with Williams. And they had that one contained right at the line. Brought down by Fred Warner. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Stafford. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. And it's the 49ers, who are facing 2nd and 14. Throwing from the gun. Finding Pearsall. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tre'Davious White there on the stop. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Purdy throwing here on 1st. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Part of the reason this offense been humming today, been in such great rhythm and got this lead, well, they've protected themselves so well. Now they finally get punched in the face. And how do you adjust and how do you respond? Does it remain business as usual to stay out front, or can this defense finally get home?
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now Purdy. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. Mitch Wisnowski headed back out as they'll punt it away once more. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So no return on that punt. And the Rams have their work cut out for them on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Stafford. Throw finds DeMarcus Robinson. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. He's back to throw. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Chuba Hubbard, tough to stop there. Over 200 yards on the ground with a touchdown run as well. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. 4 of them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Purdy setting up that play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. That throw finds Kittle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
The give now to Mitchell. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Again, this is Mitchell, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Jared Verse on the tackle. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a 49er 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Here's 2nd and 11. Catch made by Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Complete, it's Atwell. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, It's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On first down, here's Stafford. Launches one deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Stafford from the gun. He'll get this to Cup. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this third down. Now Stafford again. Catch is made down the right sideline. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Rams start the second half with some needed points. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams make it an 11-point ball game. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Purdy on first down. Kittle brings it in. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Second down now, 7 to go. They'll motion him out of the backfield. This finds Mitchell complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun is Purdy. He has the first over the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Handoff here to Mitchell. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down throw by Purdy. That finds Ayuk complete. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. This is Mitchell. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Looking to throw, Purdy. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Purdy throwing here. The throw is caught. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
That one intended for Brandon Ayuk. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws.
And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers push their lead to 18. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Rams headed out to the field now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going, but that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And all the touchdowns are sure going to catch some eyes around the league, but sure not unexpected for those of us who saw how well he was throwing it back when he got his first couple of scores.
Yeah, and if anything, he's only continued to improve and play better as this defense tried and failed to find any way to slow him down.
Pretty throwing here on 1st. Taken in on the right side by Pearsall. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tre'Davious White there on the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. Completed to his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it. Purdy gets this from the pistol. He's on the move. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Complete over the middle. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker. Here we go, third and less than a yard. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. One yard, all that's needed. This is third and inches. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running right with Mitchell. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
On third down, Purdy has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. Now we're going to have a stoppage after that return. Looks like somebody was shaken up on the play. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. Stafford now on third down. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Throwing on 3rd and long. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's a 49er first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Catch made by Mitchell. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it. If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. It's a 38-yard look here. Moody knocks it through, and that stretches the lead to 21.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Return starts at the 3. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out come the Rams on offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Brought in right side. Hit some space around midfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. That's taken in by Cup. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. He's got the hook up to Atwell. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Cup on the catch. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st down, here's Stafford. This one's caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Now Stafford again. And they will score. Touchdown, LA! The Rams get it back to within 2 possessions. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams get it back to a 14-point game. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun is Purdy. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
They kick the running back in motion. Nabs along that sideline. Samuel. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
One of the tight ends motioning right. Mitchell up the middle. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Mitchell on the carry. And he works it deeper into enemy territory past the 40. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Purdy looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's Mitchell. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal. This is Mitchell. And he gets in. Touchdown! The 49ers have likely locked up the win right there. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers stretch their lead to 21. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Another drive coming up for this offense. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. He completes it in traffic. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First down, ball at the 36. Back to throw, here's Stafford. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Back to the air we go on second. Stafford hits him on the out route. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing now, Stafford. Trying to push it deep downfield. That pass is tipped, and they'll get to it for the interception. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the 49ers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. And as they celebrate the turnover, we're going to shift our focus to one of his teammates who appears to be injured following that play. Team staff heading out to look at him now. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. On the handoff, here's Mitchell. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Now a give right side to Mitchell. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. So the 49ers earn the win in this one. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL, as they're now up to a 3-0 start. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the 49ers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.